Rather than turning into Riverdale, the college years, the show opted to fast forward until the gang had finished studying in season 5. The tiny, mysterious town of Riverdale belonged to its leads, but other characters made an impact. In today's video, we're going to tell you about 5 Riverdale characters who left the show too soon. Number 5. F.P. Jones. Skeet Ulrich, the actor who plays F.P. Jones on Riverdale, said goodbye to his role on the show with an endearing Instagram post. F.P. Jones, who is Jughead's father, often plays a part in the show's bizarre storylines. As a recovering alcoholic and the Southside Serpent's once leader, he often struggles to overcome his violent past. FP eventually reconciles with Jughead and goes on to become the town's sheriff. He even repairs his love life by getting back together with Alice Cooper, Betty's mom, and his high school sweetheart, and living with her in Cooper's old house. After completing such a satisfying story arc, Ulrich is leaving the show for good. "I'm leaving Riverdale because I got bored creatively," the actor told fans in a recent Instagram live chat. "That's the most honest answer," he added. Number 4. Fred Andrews. The world knows that Luke Perry's untimely death was the reason why loving Fred Andrews was made to exit the show, but it's a wound fans aren't likely to forget anytime soon. Archie's father was the fairest parent in the whole town and stood out among a slew of bad parents. He supported his son through thick and thin and was just and respectful to his crew at his construction company too. When Fred didn't understand Archie's musical dreams, he worked to help his son anyway. He had to give up his own mayoral fantasies after his father passed away, so Fred understood the loss of broken hopes. His calm disposition and reasonable expectations from his son made him one of the few stable family members in the dark town of Riverdale. Number 3. Midge Clump. A character who had been teased not once but twice in season 1 of Riverdale, Midge finally made her brief appearance in chapter 14 of the show during the second season. She was a sweet and caring teenager who follows the line of morality and kindness as most high school students tend to do. Midge was also smart and thoughtful, as was evident from her question to Archie and Veronica about their family's opposing policy when they were running for the student body presidency together. Overall, for someone who fans were excited to see and who acted like a true teenager would, her time on the show wasn't long enough. Number 2. Valerie Brown. Valerie Brown was seen in the first and second seasons of Riverdale, but left soon after without a warning. Valerie was the songwriter for the Pussycats, and she was a feminist at heart. Her loyalty extended beyond her musician friends, and she even saved Cheryl from Nick St. Clair and taught him a good lesson for trying to touch her. She was also no hopeless romantic. When Archie couldn't get his life together and strayed from the values she believed in, she didn't hesitate to break up with him because she knew what she wanted. It was a pity that a feminist role model like Valerie had to leave the show. Number 1. Dylton Doyle. Doyle was by no means a good guy like the comics. In fact, he was shrewd and sneaky, but his eclectic interests and erratic choices made the character an interesting addition to the Riverdale lineup. The dark interpretation of his character matched the tone of the show, and much of what he did carried the narrative forward. He was the one who found a dripping wet Cheryl at Sweetwater River after Jason's murder, and he saw Archie and Grundy at the site too. His fondness for DJing made him quirky, but the penchant for guns made him dangerous. He did what he could to survive, so it was an odd choice to have him killed off as a ritualistic sacrifice in a round of griffins and gargoyles. So that's all for today's video. Let us know your views in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video before leaving. Thanks for watching.